Hello, my friends. Let me start with this. You are a masterpiece. Not becoming, not working toward, not someday, right now, in this very moment. You are a one-of-a-kind creation, perfectly imperfect and divinely designed. But here's the problem. Too many of us are standing in front of the world, waiting for someone to notice, waiting for applause, for approval, for validation. And let me tell you something, waiting for someone else to see your worth is the fastest way to forget it yourself. So today, we're going to break that cycle. By the end of this video, you're going to feel a renewed sense of your worth and understand why the only validation you'll ever need is already within you. Here's a hard truth. External validation is a fleeting high. It feels good when someone says, "Wow, you're amazing," or "You're exactly what I need." It feels affirming. But the problem is, when your self-worth depends on someone else's opinion, you're giving them power over your happiness. Think about it. What happens when their approval stops? What happens when the applause fades? You're left standing in silence, wondering if you're enough. But here's the thing. You were enough before anyone ever clapped for you. You were enough before anyone ever gave you their approval. And you'll still be enough long after their opinions change. Let's get one thing straight. You are not ordinary. Not by a long shot. You weren't created to blend in. You weren't designed to dim your light just to make other people comfortable. Think about this. The universe doesn't make duplicates. There's only one you in the entire span of existence. Isn't that wild? Out of billions of people, there's no one who thinks, speaks, dreams, or loves quite like you do. So why then do we try so hard to conform, to fit into boxes that weren't made for us? Here's the answer. It's fear. Fear of being judged. Fear of standing out. Fear of not being enough. But let me tell you, the world doesn't need more copies. It needs originals. It needs you. Here's another truth no one likes to admit. When you live for validation, you limit yourself. You start shrinking, editing, and filtering yourself to fit what you think others want. You dim your brilliance because you're scared someone might say you're too much. You hold back your dreams because you don't want to hear that's impossible. But let me ask you this. Would you rather live a life where everyone approves of you but you're miserable, or a life where you approve of yourself and you're truly happy? I know it's easier said than done, but here's the secret. The people who matter, the ones who truly see you, will love you for who you are, not for who you pretend to be. You're probably wondering, okay, but how do we actually stop seeking validation? Think about when you crave validation the most. Is it when you're posting on social media? After a conversation with someone you admire? During a moment of self-doubt? Once you identify the triggers, you can start to break the pattern. Here's a challenge. Every time you achieve something, no matter how small, celebrate it yourself. Don't wait for someone else to say, "Good job." Say it to yourself. Woke up early? Applaud yourself. Finished a tough task? Celebrate. Showed kindness to someone? Give yourself credit. The more you validate yourself, the less you'll rely on others to do it for you. Not everyone is going to see your value, and that's okay. Their opinion doesn't define you. In fact, sometimes rejection is God's way of redirecting you to something better. Remember, you're not for everyone, and that's a good thing. The right people, the ones meant to be in your life, will see you and love you without you having to beg for it. Imagine your life is a canvas. You are the artist. So why are you letting other people hold the paintbrush? Here's the truth. No one else knows the masterpiece you're creating. They can't see the full picture because it's not theirs to see. They'll critique your choices without understanding the vision. And that's okay, because it's not their job to understand. Your job is to keep painting, to keep adding color, depth, and meaning to your life in a way that feels true to you. Let me share a quick story. There was once a sculptor working on a piece of marble. Day after day, he chipped away at the stone, and people would walk by and criticize him. "Why are you wasting your time on that rock?" they'd say. But the sculptor didn't stop. He kept working because he wasn't creating for them. He was creating for himself. And when the statue was finally finished, it was a masterpiece that left everyone speechless. You are that sculptor. Your life is your marble, and it doesn't matter if people don't see the beauty right now. What matters is that you see it. So, my friends, here's what I want you to take away from this. You are a masterpiece, and you don't need anyone else to validate that. Your worth isn't tied to their applause. It isn't tied to their approval. It's tied to the fact that you were created with love, purpose, and infinite value. So stop waiting. Stop shrinking. Stop dimming your light for people who can't handle its brilliance. Start living for you. Start creating your masterpiece masterpiece without apology. And remember, the right people, the ones who see your worth, will never need convincing. You are enough right now, always. Thank you for watching. And if this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, keep shining, keep growing, and keep being the incredible masterpiece you are.